This podcast is brought to you by Elite Level Status Wines. My wine journey started with drinking cheap grocery store wines that were really acidic and gave me headaches. Then I switched to quote-unquote luxury, but overpriced, full-bodied wines that were really heavy and had a bad aftertaste. The inability to find the perfect wine led to the creation of Elite Level Status Wines. Elite Level Status Wines are approachable, medium-bodied wines with great flavor and minimal aftertaste. And with me being a health-conscious person, I wanted to create a wine that was lower in sugar and lower in calories than the full-bodied mass-produced wines that we always see. We currently have two wines. First is our Cabernet. It has notes of blackberry, cinnamon, plum, nutmeg, and French vanilla. Then we also have our rosé wine. Our rosé is going to be a flat, dry, pink rosé with subtle strawberry and raspberry flavors. Both wines are medium-bodied wines with less sugar and less calories, and they're both available on my website, elsfinewine.com. Check them out, and I hope you love it. Thanks for clicking the link and checking out the Elite Level Status podcast. Since you're here, I have a special offer just for you. It's 15% off either of my wines. So click the link below and check them out, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. Elite Level Status podcast, we're back again. Remember, you can catch us on Apple, YouTube, and Spotify. Today, I have a special guest. Her name is Brittney. Thanks for coming in.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
So first, can you kind of just give us your background? Like, where and how did you grow up?
Okay. I grew up in Southern California.
Okay.
In the IE Inland Empire.
Okay.
I grew up in an area that was more of a suburban area. It wasn't like a city. It was more like soccer town. So soccer families.
Yeah.
But it was like a really cool town to grow up in and a lot of community. So I really enjoyed my childhood.
Okay. All right. Love it. And how long have you been living in Vegas?
I've been living in Vegas for 4 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I moved here 2022.
Okay, perfect. So I want to get into some modern dating questions with you.
Okay.
For the first one, what's your biggest pain point in the modern dating market?
I think actually getting out and meeting people. I'm a very social person, but I don't go out as much as I should, probably to meet people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's a concern for a lot of people. Like, I'm not sure where people really go or like what people are doing nowadays. Do you think that that's an issue for you as well? Or
I think I feel like everyone's on the dating apps or like online dating. And that's not my jam.
Okay.
So I struggle with that. I think that's a hard one because I'm like, I want to meet people in person.
Right.
But finding the time to actually go and meet and connect with people outside of like just work stuff.
Right.
It's hard.
What exactly is your biggest issue with dating apps?
It just feels like it's lacking true connection. When you meet someone in person, you are able to feel their vibes. You kind of get to know them on a level that you can't really get to know someone online. Plus, I'm a little old school. Like, I'm like, who's on the other side of that phone? I don't know. I feel like people be catfishing so much, and I just don't want to get caught up.
Yeah. No, that's definitely fair. Do you believe that it's possible to find genuine relationships and genuine love on a dating app? Or do you think it's just superficial, it's too risky?
I think that real people are on dating apps, and I know that people do find real love. I have a few friends and family members that found their person and got married and lived happily ever after. For me, I'm a little like reluctant, and I think I have to get over that. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm right there with you. I actually heard that all these dating apps are publicly owned companies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're here to make money.
Right.
So their best interest is not for people to find a lasting relationship, because if you do that, you're going to delete the app.
Ah, okay.
So they actually set up the algorithms so that people meet, go out, and hopefully have maybe a good date or two, but it doesn't work out, so you come back onto the app and keep swiping. Now,
it's a cycle.
Right. So that's my reason why I'm not a fan of dating apps. Because at the end of the day, there's a financial incentive. And all these companies, Bumble, whoever, they're publicly traded. So they're not going to make money if every single person gets on there and meets the love of their life and gets married. Because now, what do you need the app for?
Right. You delete the app.
Right. And so now, even in this setup, I know that like back in the day when eHarmony and all that was first starting, they would have like a 400 questionnaire to like really find like compatibility.
Yes.
Now that's gone. Now they just ask you a couple questions. I was like, well, why is that? Why not take the time to, if someone sits down and answers a 400 question survey before they start, they're serious.
Yes.
How come everyone doesn't do that? Well, because they don't want you to find love. They want you to stay on the app. So, okay. What does a man need to show for you to take him seriously?
I think initiative is important. I think that being understanding and showing genuine interest and taking the initiative to like make time, to want to get to know the person fully. I think that's important. Just knowing that it's intentional.
So early in a relationship, what are some good ways that a man can take initiative? Is it simply planning a date? Is it saying, hey, we're going to do this and do that? And if he puts forth an effort to try to find something, maybe he's on your Instagram, he's trying to do some research, okay, what are you into? And tries his best to plan something around that. Would that be a good example of a man taking initiative early in a relationship?
Yeah, I think that is a good example. I think taking initiative is when you want something, you go and get it.
Yes.
And I feel like if a man wants something, they're going to take the steps to make it happen, especially if someone's like a go-getter. So you'll plan the date or you'll make the phone call or you will find out what she's interested in and make it happen.
Yeah, love that. How does a man show what he can offer without coming off as narcissistic or cocky?
I think it's just in the actions. Just the natural actions, like just doing what you say you're going to do and just showing up. And you don't have to show off what you can do, but just letting the woman know that you're there to help in any way, like as far as emotional support, as far as just encouragement or any other way, just showing it by showing up.
Yeah.
Simply showing up.
So if a guy is like counting money in front of you or showing you pictures of his Lambo or something like that, that typically early in a relationship, that's not going to be a positive aspect per se. Is that correct?
The way I see that is that's his money, that's his Lambo. Like, that's nice, but as far as a relationship or a connection going deeper, that has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
Anyone can have that and show that. And it doesn't show that they're intentional about you. Doesn't mean that they want to build something with you.
Right.
So for me, that signals that, okay, that's nice that you have that. That's great. But it doesn't mean that you want to build anything with me.
Right. And I love your answer because I feel like a lot of times men get caught up in, okay, I need to have all these materialistic things in order to get a woman's attention. When in reality, take some initiative, be intentional, and you'll get the same effect, the effect that you actually want, the effect that actually has an impact that you want from women instead of trying to like show, all these material assets that you have, right? I feel like a lot of men, are well-intentioned. Sometimes the things that we do come across as otherwise simply because they don't know better, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I love your answer. And that's why I wanted to have this show so that men can just have a better understanding of, okay, how do I get the impact that I want from women, right? Yeah. And so that energy, instead of, putting energy towards, okay, how do I take a picture of this car? No, put your energy into researching what she's into and plan a date.
Yeah.
That'll get you the effect that you want.
Yeah. And conversation too, just like really getting to know someone because emotional connection is huge, right? I feel like that's important and it's missing a lot in our society. So when someone actually has a genuine emotional connection, a lot of times women don't care about all the other stuff because it's like, I love him, I care about him, and you will build with that person because of the emotional connection that's there.
So let's expand on that. Like, in your opinion, why is emotional connection so important in a relationship?
I think that transcends all of the material stuff, and it transcends this like superficial level of dating, because when you have an emotional connection, it goes deeper. Now you're more forgiving when the person makes a mistake. Now you're more understanding. You're more patient, and you're more interested in actually seeing where it goes, because it's like now there's something deeper that's there. A lot of times people get in relationships after they've been friends for a while, and typically those relationships do pretty good because they've already built this strong foundational emotional connection. So when the life trials come, it's like, that's my road dog. We're going to figure this out together, instead of just a superficial, oh yeah, he's got a Lambo and money.
Yeah. Interesting.
It's not real, true connection.
Interesting. So you think people are more likely to work through hard times if there's a genuine emotional connection?
I really believe so.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
People work through the money part too, because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
stay with them. But that's not real to me. That's more like superficial, and it lacks that real quality and genuineness. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah. Well said. Okay. Other than emotional connection, what traits do you prioritize in men? And I mean your ideal man, like the guy you're dreaming about at night. Like, what traits does he have?
I think the most important trait for me is character.
Okay.
Someone who's a man of character, who has moral standards as far as like what he stands for and what he expects others to stand for. And I would say someone who is funny. Like, don't be
Yeah.
boring. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot, like, don't lack personality. Like,
Okay.
be funny.
Hold on,
Make me
wait.
laugh.
Okay, so this is important coming from
Don't
you
be
because
uptight.
Yeah. Okay. So that is something that ranks high. Like you wouldn't be with a boring guy.
I couldn't.
Okay.
Like, if you don't have some kind of sense of humor,
Yeah.
that's going to be hard for me, because I'm going to crack jokes every now and then, or
Yeah.
I'm going to expect jokes to be cracked
Yeah,
at
yeah.
some point. Because life is funny,
Yeah,
and you
for
got to
sure.
laugh. And if so people that are uptight, I usually I drift away from.
I think that's another great answer by you. Like, to the men watching, you do need to think about, how do I say this? Like, you need to be entertaining. You don't want to be boring. Your woman needs to be looking forward to being with you because she's going to have a good time.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes that gets overlooked by men. So yeah, like I love that comment by you. Like, don't be uptight. You need to be entertaining, personable. That's the word, personable.
Be
Yeah.
personable,
Yeah.
because we're human. Also, can I add one more?
Yeah.
Intelligence. Like,
Okay.
be intelligent. And I mean that, like, having intelligent conversations, have something to talk about. Like, I
Mhm.
think that also helps to build on it. For me, is having a level of
Okay.
intellect.
Okay. And so would you say you prioritize more emotional intelligence, like people skills, or is that more like literally like IQ, being smart? Like,
I value emotional intelligence over
Yeah.
IQ, because you could be smart
Yeah.
and just completely not get it.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence is more important to me.
How can a man lead a woman without making her feel controlled?
Ooh, that's a great question. I think it's including the woman in the process. And when you are trying to lead, you communicate, hey, this is why we're going in this direction, or this is why I'm suggesting this direction. And it's going to be beneficial for both of us. This is how we're growing together. So not just taking the lead and saying, blindly follow me. Lay out a plan, have a vision, have a place where you're going. Because a lot of times guys are like, follow me. And I'm like, where are we going?
Okay. I want to
To
say
where?
I want to stay here for a second because this is important. So men are often told, be leaders. Okay. If a woman is really into you, she'll be submissive and she'll follow you. I think in order to lead people, they have to believe in you and they have to understand the why.
That's huge.
And I think that sometimes, men will be like, hey, let's do this. Meet me here, meet me there, without explaining the reason. So for example, if a guy wanted to take you out and he said, okay, hey, meet me at this steakhouse on Friday night. I'll see you there. That's option one. Or option two, he said, hey, I noticed on your Instagram stories you love steak. I found a great steakhouse. Let's go there on Friday night. Would the second option be better because he's explaining to you like why he's taking you to this specific place?
Yeah.
Okay.
It creates more meaning.
Okay. And so that's, yes. And I love that. And I think that, when men are told to, lead, your woman will be submissive, it helps if she understands why you're doing what you're doing. Is that correct?
It helps tremendously.
Okay.
But I will also add this caveat for guys. If a woman doesn't believe in you and does not see, isn't seeing you in that way, just walk away. Cut your losses, because if she doesn't see, you're going to spend so much time chasing her to make her see that it's going to be just frustrating. So I think find a woman that initially sees you.
Yeah.
And that's for women and men, but be with someone who sees you and wants to build on your vision.
Yeah.
Then it's easier for her to follow because she's already bought into who you are and what you have to offer.
Okay. Now, in order to build that belief, from a female standpoint, we've already said, okay, emotional intelligence, being funny. Where does success fall into that as far as building belief? Do you need to see a guy that's already successful and moving forward? Or is it possible for a woman to believe in a guy that hasn't quite made it yet, but he is aspirational and is working towards it?
Definitely. Yes, definitely. It's about consistency and it's about actually building towards something. When you have a vision, you say, hey, I want to do this. If you're taking the steps to get there and you have a plan to get there, then a woman could for sure go alongside and build with you. Mm-hmm. So many women build with men all the time because they're like, this is what I'm doing. This is my plan. I'm already taking steps. I've already got this and that already handled. And the woman's like, oh, okay, well, I could bring this. And it's like you put your resources together and then you get there faster. So if it's a plan and vision and you work in it, then for sure she's going to follow.
How does a man know that a woman believes in him?
How she shows up for him. So if you are building a business and you're doing something, you see it when she says, hey, I see that you need help with this. Let me go ahead and jump in and help you with this. Or, oh, I see what you're trying to do. I got this connection. Let me connect the dots. She will start, because women are resourceful. We're givers. We're going to find ways to bring resources together to make it happen.
Yeah.
We're going to bring the food to the table. What do we need to bring to make this right? And so when she starts putting hers in, as far as her time, her effort, her energy, her 2 cents, that shows she's getting invested in the plan, in the vision.
Should a man not even try to lead before he sees some level of belief from his woman?
Yeah, I would say, why would you put energy towards someone who hasn't showed you that they're really going to be by your side?
Yeah.
I wouldn't waste energy on that until she's showing up that way.
Yeah.
Because the guy has to show up, but the woman also has to show up. It can't be one-sided either way. It's reciprocal. It has to be both sides.
And I think that's another issue. I think that men put forth, a lot of effort in trying to find a woman to be with before she's shown any belief. So then it doesn't work. And then now men are out here resenting women. And it's like, listen, you didn't have to put in all that effort because she was showing you signs all along that she wasn't quite there, right?
Right.
And so I think a major problem in modern dating is men think, oh, I'm going to buy her some flowers. I'm going to do something nice for her. And then it doesn't go anywhere. And now they're like, well, I thought women love flowers. It didn't work. So now I resent all women.
Yeah.
Whereas we need to step back a little bit first. And it's it needs to be reciprocal.
Yeah.
Okay, you make an effort. Okay, she needs to show some sort of reciprocation, some sort of belief in you back. She needs to show some sort of effort in order for this to keep going.
Yeah.
But I feel like men don't do that. They'll hone in on a girl or whatever.
Yeah.
And they make all these efforts. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a major issue. So I love what you said. If a woman take some of her effort and start showing up for you early in a relationship, then you build on that. That's when you start taking the lead. That's when you start building that equity, telling her why.
Yeah.
And then your chances of success are a lot higher.
Because both the woman and the man make some level of investment. It doesn't have to be monetary, but there is some level of investment that's there.
Totally agree. Do you think social media has helped dating or made it worse?
I think it's made it challenging, but it's also helped. I think it's both because you have that Kevin Samuels era where I feel like men and women were at war and like the feminine, the masculine energy was just fighting and there's like so much drama with it.
Yeah.
But I also think it has educated men and women too to understand the opposite sex instead of just saying like, because now I'm more sympathetic to the male's perspective more so than I was before because I understand like, dang, they deal with that. They spend all this money going on a date with a girl. She doesn't even turn out to be the one.
Right.
To choose. So I get it. And I think, I think that that's understandable.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go back to meeting men. So you said that you're not a fan of dating apps. You would prefer to meet men in person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In an in-person meeting, do you prefer the man to approach you first? Would you rather have a friend introduce you? Would you go up to a guy that you're interested in? What's the ideal interaction in person for you to meet a guy?
A subtle, like not super direct, but he would have to initiate.
Okay.
Cause I wouldn't. But a subtle initiation, not like in your face. Oh, I'm interested. I want to talk to you. Like too much. Just a subtle, like on a friend level. Like just be cool.
Yeah. And
see where it goes. Not pressuring, nothing like that.
So even if it was like your perfect guy, you wouldn't initiate it?
I mean, I might signal by looking.
Why is that such a, because I feel like that's common among women. Like why is that such a taboo thing to like, no matter what, I'm not going to make the...
If I initiate something, it would just be like casual conversation. Yeah. It would never be like, oh, you're very attractive. I want to talk to you. Like, I wouldn't go about it that way. It'd just be like very subtle. Like, I wasn't raised to do that. I was always told not to. So that's just not even in my thought process. So that's not where my head goes.
Yeah.
Because I see it as if a man sees a woman. So when a man sees a woman, that's when he's going to pursue, not the other way around. Like if a woman seeing him, it just to me goes against the man leading. If I'm coming and pursuing a man, like how's he, it just to me I know we're in a modern time, I get it, but
no.
I just feel like if a guy wants you, he'll pursue you. I don't want to pursue a man. I just feel like that would be counter.
Okay, let me ask you this though. What if a guy doesn't notice you, doesn't see you, he's not focused on, the other people in the room, but he's in the same place you're at and he's someone that you don't want to talk to. You're more likely to sit there and just let him just, potentially leave as opposed to taking the chance of him noticing you and coming to talk to you. And here's why I ask, right? Yes. Here's why I ask. So a lot of relationships, I feel like a lot of great relationships never happen because either one or both people are scared to make the first move, right?
Yeah.
So men are supposed to be the leaders, supposed to be confident and all that. A lot easier said than done for a lot of these guys. It's typically when a man sees an attractive woman, there's a lot more ways they can go bad than it can go good, right? So a lot of time guys are going up, they may seem confident, but that first couple seconds of interaction, you're nervous, right? And so I feel like there's a lot of times where like a guy, he may notice you, he's going to act like he don't see you because he may think, wow, she's beautiful, she's a little bit out of my league, she's going to reject me. The last girl I tried to talk to, she, embarrassed me, so I'm not going to talk, right?
Yeah.
And part of the show, I'm trying to bring people back together, right? Now, I get it. Ideally, from a woman's perspective, you want a guy to notice you out of a crowd of people. Oh my God, she's so beautiful, and come over and talk to you, right? What if he's on his phone? What if he's busy and he doesn't see you? I think, now I'm not saying women need to like go up and have a pickup line. A stare, a wave. Yeah. If you stare, if you wave, if you make a subtle gesture, if you don't want to go up and say, hi, how are you? I understand that. But something subtle to signal to that guy that you like, you should come over here and talk to me.
Well, yeah, like the geisha, like the movie The Geisha. And she like, they trained her to look and she could look at a guy and catch his attention and then he knows, like, oh, okay, she's interested. Now that I'll do, I'll look.
Okay.
I'm not going to be, this is bad. So if I really think someone's attractive, I usually look away and I get shy.
Okay. And
I get shy. I just like, oh my God, he's fine.
I love that. And
he's so fine.
But that's common though. That's common. Men do that too.
And I get scared. I'm like, don't look at me.
Okay.
You're so gorgeous.
This is important. Because men do this too. It's not just you. And that's why I think it's an important topic. Because a lot of times you may think, oh, someone's not into you, and it's the opposite. Like they really are into you, and they have this default of, okay, whoa, like, you know, it's kind of like a reflex of, oh my God, I don't see you, don't talk to me because I'm nervous right now, right?
Yes.
I just want both sides to be more open, both men and women to be more open. If you're into somebody, then go get them. And so for men, you need to get up, go over there and actually talk. I do think that for women, a subtle sign, a smile, a wave, small talk, you know, whatever it is. If you're at a restaurant or a coffee shop, like, hey, what are you ordering? If a woman like starts a conversation with me, okay, like she probably is interested, right? And so that's what I'm saying. I think that would help modern dating. If both sides, when you like someone, instead of acting like, oh, I don't see you, because men do that too. Instead of acting like, oh, you don't see you, a subtle start a conversation, just feel it out. Just feel it out, right?
Okay.
A lot of great relationships don't happen because men are nervous. I'm just going to put it out there. There's a lot of ways that men can get embarrassed, especially when you're cold approaching in public, at the gym, at a bar. There's more ways I would argue it could go bad than it does go good. So a lot of men just, oh, hey, I'm not even going to try it, right?
That's fair.
And then women, like you just said, are being trained, being raised, no, a man's going to get you. If you want a high-value man...
I blame Disney movies.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want a high-value guy, he's busy. He may not notice you. He may not... Who knows, right? So why wait for him to maybe notice you when you could, okay, go and check his temperature? The worst that could happen is, okay, no, it doesn't go anywhere, but at least you give yourself a chance, right? I feel like there are so many relationships, great relationships, could end in marriage and kids that never happen because of this.
It's very wise. I think you're onto something.
And yeah, and listen, I get it. When you're not sure if someone notices you, you know, because I've been there too. You get self-conscious. You know, I see a girl that I like, oh, you know, I start thinking about all kind of stuff. Whereas like, okay, the more you think, the more you wait, she may get up and leave. Now you just lost your opportunity. You may never see her again. She was right there in front of you. Give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
And I think as men, you know, the more the onus should be on them to, get up and give yourself a chance, be confident, go and at least say something and fill it out, right? But I do think if it would help if women took a little more of that initiative as well. Okay. And again, ladies, you don't need like a pickup line. A look, a smirk, a smile,
you must
a
be
wave.
Tired.
Yeah.
You been ready to my body all day long. Damn, boy.
Now, I would say, ladies,
I'm gonna try a pickup line.
If you, I'm not saying it will work, but it rarely happens. So, ladies, if you do have a good pickup line, you may be able to get any guy you want. Who knows?
Hey, shawty.
Wait, what'd you say?
Hey, shawty, what's up?
Man, you must be tired. You've been running through my mind. If a woman came up and said that to me, I would at least say you get an A for effort. Like, especially if she was attractive. If she was attractive, I'd be like, listen, come over here. Let me buy you a drink. Let me buy you something.
At least you get a drink out of it.
You deserve something. You came over here. You came with a funny pickup line. Made me laugh.
You thought about that earlier? Okay.
You sat over there and thought about which pickup line should I go to? And you chose that and you came up here. You deserve something. If you did that to me, I would give you something.
Okay, I'm going to think of something.
Yeah. I like that. Listen, let's all help each other. Like, ladies, if you see someone you like, give yourself a chance. That's all I'm saying.
Amen.
Yeah.
You hear that, ladies?
Okay. I feel like that's an important topic.
I receive it. I receive it. Receive it.
Going back to meeting men, let's talk about DMs now. I'm sure
goes down in the DMs.
It goes down in DMs. I'm sure you've gotten your fair share of DMs. Do you have any examples that you can share with us on the show? Maybe some good ones and some bad ones.
Okay. I'll say one. I remember a guy reached out to me and he sent me like a paragraph. This is like one of the first messages. Okay. And he was explaining his whole life situation as far as like his baby mama and his like 5 kids and like all this stuff that's going on. He's talking about like how he's been following me and was interested in talking to me.
Okay.
That's too much.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And you've never met him, never seen this guy. He's just a cold DM on social media.
Just following, like, like stuff or like just, but eventually just kind of like let it out. And I get it, like life could get crazy. You're just like, I'm going to shoot my shot, but don't give me all the tea right up front. Like ease the tea in, like not to be just like hiding nothing, but like the first interaction, just take your time with it. Don't tell all the business.
I think that's great advice. That's great advice, guys. Let's not spill all the tea in the first DM. Okay, I like that. Any other advice for guys out there?
I think I would say a good example was just sending a message to acknowledge like the content that's being like, say if a girl's like posting certain content, like, oh, I really like that, was really insightful what you shared, that quote. Like actually pay attention to what she's posting. And she's posting like a deep quote, like look into it and say, oh, I love it. This made me think about this. So usually when there's a conversation that started from, oh, I see that you do a lot of motivational content. Like, what inspired you to start doing that kind of content? Like, genuine interest. Then you got them talking, and they're like, oh, well, I got inspired because I went through this thing and this and that. And now she's opening up and talking more. And now you guys got that ping pong going on. And next thing you know, like, hey, you're really cool. You're easy to talk to. We should grab coffee. And there you have it.
A+ advice. Okay. All right. That's what I was looking to get. Okay, guys.
Don't just jump right in. Like, I'm trying to see you. What's up? Like, nah. And warning, do not call people on Instagram if you don't know them like that.
Yeah. No, that's also great advice too. Okay, listen. I love what you just said. To the guys that are, hanging out in the DMs, pay attention to what she's posting. Not the copy and paste, hey, you're bad. Hey, you're cute. Hey, you're thick.
Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
Yeah. I feel like if he's paying attention to what you're posting and ask a question based on what you're posting, that's showing intention. That's a form of taking initiative.
Yeah.
And so if you send a DM based on something specific to her in her page, you help yourself. If she responds back, that means she went to your page and look, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And if she's responding back, she did her research. If not, she wouldn't waste time going back and forth with you. So if you get a response from that, you got something.
Yeah.
Now you can go forward.
Yeah.
I love that. You just helped a lot of guys with that.
And what if she's just posting like thirst traps? You can say, are you thirsty? Because I do got water. You can like let them know, like, I got you if you want to quench that thirst. Because some girls, they don't have nothing. They just posting booty pics and different angles in a dress.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And listen,
But you shouldn't be DMing like, well, maybe you should. I don't know. It depends on what you're trying to do.
Listen, a lot of men love a good thirst trap, Now,
it depends on the agenda.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe that's a different podcast. But yeah, your approach to the woman that has nothing but thirst traps on her page, your approach to her would be add a quote.
Ladies, add a quote. I know you want to show off the goodies.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Add a quote or two.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, I think that helps. Yeah. I mean, at least from your standpoint, I was listen. I am not going to get on here and say anything bad about the thirst traps. I'm not going to do that. But I do think that guys, your DM should be based on what she's posting, and I would agree. If she has a little more variety on her page, that does make it easier for the guy. Send a DM. But no, I think that's great advice
for both sides.
Yeah. Okay, last question. What do you think men most misunderstand about the modern woman?
I think that the modern woman might have more of a free spirit. And that doesn't mean she doesn't want to submit. And that doesn't mean that she doesn't want to follow the vision that a man has. It just means that she may be a free thinker. Mm-hmm. She might look at things differently. And I think that it's condemned a lot of the times when women choose different paths or when they're more free-spirited instead of cultivated.
Yeah.
I think that men could cultivate those relationships with women that might have that type of mindset and maybe look at things outside the box instead of just being like, no, you need to follow this. She might have some ideas that might be a different path that might work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
For sure. I love that. Well, I appreciate you coming in.
thank you.
You're an awesome guest. Is there anything else that you'd want to touch on? Any other opinions on dating that you want to get out there that we haven't touched on yet?
I think we covered a lot of
Okay,
it.
yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We
I
did.
think we covered a lot of ground.
I think we helped a lot of people today.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to follow you, can you give them your IG handles?
Yeah, so you can follow me at Britt Inspires, and that's Britt with 2 T's, and the word inspires, plural, on pretty much everything. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, as well as Facebook. So definitely check me out. I do comedy, and I also do marketing.
I love that. You're very talented at both. I've seen you doing both in action. So definitely high praise to you. I love what you're doing. Definitely keep going forward.
Thank you so much.
For sure. I'm Will Scott, your host, Elite Level Status Podcast. That's another episode, and we'll see you guys next time.